I am an orphan. My parents were staunch Christians. Growing up, I was afraid to mention things like breast, butt, kiss, or private parts of both males and females. I knew what they meant, but I couldn't say them around my parents. I didn't feel free around them, but I was more at ease with my friends. I lost my parents in a ghastly car accident near Ore in Edo State. My father's only brother took me in to live with him and his family. He had two daughters, and his wife was a lion in sheep's clothing. I had no choice but to adapt. Over time, as I grew up around his daughters, I learned many things, good and bad. My uncle and his wife were very strict, but their daughters were far from being decent. Everyone in our area knew about their waywardness, except their parents, who thought they were still virgins. Hey, when I was 18, the second daughter, Amanda, who was my age, asked me if I had had sex before. I said no, looking at her with disgust. Why did you ask me that? I asked. But she laughed, almost to tears. So you mean you are still a virgin, eh? She teased me. I was disgusted and left her to finish washing the dishes in the kitchen. Later, Amanda and her sister came to the room we shared, teasing me and laughing. I knew Amanda had told them about our conversation. That night, the girls lectured me on sex matters and shared their personal encounters with men. My head was filled with raw imaginations. A year later, I gained admission to the university just like my uncle's daughters. They helped me with my registration and I started doing well in my studies. My first year result was excellent because I put in a lot of effort. In my second year, my cousins advised me to loosen up and enjoy life. I wish I hadn't listened to them, as it led me down a path that changed who I became. I started attending night parties, trying different alcoholic drinks until my first encounter with a man. Wow, it was a painful yet sweet experience. I loved it though and wanted more. From then on, I became more experienced, a pro. One day, a handsome young guy approached me on my way back from lectures. He followed me to the gate of where I stayed with my cousins, but they weren't at home. I quickly dismissed him because I was tired and hungry. However, he offered to take me out for lunch, and I agreed. We chatted like old friends as we ate, and after lunch, he escorted me back home. This time, I ushered him in. It was a one-room apartment that I shared with my two cousins, Amanda and Jessica. The room was neat and well arranged, with a very feminine touch. We sat on the bed, chatting, and then he took my hands in his. He looked me straight in the eyes and said, "You are very beautiful." Then I smiled sheepishly, and without any other word, he leaned forward and kissed me on the lips. I liked it, and I immediately grabbed his face and kissed him even deeper. Our feelings matched, and before we knew it, I was in cloud nine. He was nothing like the other men I had met. He rushed me like food and squeezed me gently and passionately. When we were done, we took a bath together, and that's when I saw, ah, his baby leg. Whoa! At first, I wanted to scream, but I controlled myself. I looked at him, and he was a bit shy, but he braved up and told me how embarrassed he used to feel when other girls he had dated rejected him after their first encounter. I felt sorry for him and told him I enjoyed every bit of what we did. His face brightened as he smiled like a happy baby. By the way, my name is Delilah, I said with a romantic smile. His name was Samson. Years passed and I graduated. My cousins did too, and we went our separate ways to look for jobs. I later got a job as a procurement officer in a manufacturing company. I was still seeing Samson, and we became inseparable. We loved each other very much. Sooner, Samson proposed to me, and of course, I said yes. I couldn't have loved any other man, but my man had what it took to keep me from other men. To me, I made the right choice. Hope you enjoyed the stories. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.